She come down, she woke me up. And all I could see was this big orange ball of fire. I mean, it was huge. I froze. I think I was in shock. I froze. She called 911, and I got my daughter out, Carmen. We got a daughter that's 25 we adopted that's got autism. But we all got out safe, and thank God. Thank God the Red Cross. It was a relief to know somebody that was there that cared. I can't forget these two. They're amazing people.
Smoke alarm installation is just so very important. We're able to really see the mission lived out. Yeah. It really does alleviate suffering and hopefully prevents what could have been even worse tragedy.
Today, those volunteers got to reunite with one of those family members.
If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be sitting here, and he wouldn't be sitting. And my 12-year-old wouldn't have got up because those smoke alarms saved me and my children's life. And I thank God every day. Every day, I thank God. And I thank Red Cross.
Doreen's daughter was the first to wake up thanks to the sound of an upstairs smoke alarm. Back in May, 2 volunteers installed multiple.
It's kind of a very emotional, and today when I met her, I feel like, oh, something what we have done is clearly giving back to the society, and I don't have words for that.
My teenage daughter saved her life because of your smoke alarm. Thank you, Red Cross.
Okay, my favorite Saunders.
Gregory.
Eagle looking great, you're go.
And we're rolling, Gregory.
Greg Saunders!
Wow! Hey, great!
Show us the skills that have made you a media darling.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome, 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 welcome to the Saturday Morning Stateline Show.
It's got to be said, the second person in the conga line is actually the person who starts the conga line. I'm Greg, he's Tom. It's your Saturday Morning Stateline Show, episode 151. The fourth day of March, the year 2023, the latest it's ever been.
In the history of mankind. I don't get the math on that. Why is the second person the person who starts it?
Buddy, you don't have a conga line until someone joins.
Okay. The first person is just wandering around.
This person just looks like a complete idiot and a fool until number 2 joins, and now you've got a conga line.
Okay, all right.
I love making you think. It's one of my favorite things to do in life, Tom. I love it.
Yeah, but it makes my head hurt.
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, get aspirin for that. We have a nice show lined up for you today, and the person still sleeping next to you, so give him a little elbow and say, hey, Greg's on. You want to watch on my phone or yours or just both individually? You know, it's put your earbuds in. Whatever works best for you. Now, were you able to hear the audio from that video today?
I was.
Yes. All right.
Yes, that was very nice.
We're finding tech hacks as we go along here for those who have been following our saga over the last almost 3 years now. In about 2 weeks, it'll be our 3rd anniversary of being all online exclusively.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
I still liked radio better. I liked radio better.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely things about radio that we will always love because it'll always be in our blood. Our broadcasters, broadcasters.
I really miss it, and you know what I really miss too? I miss working on the Eagle. I miss working on Q98.5. That was my Saturday, and sometimes my Sunday. I would do we would do our show. Well, first of all, I do my sports show with Alex at 7, and then you and I from 8 to 9. And Joann, and then I'd leave, come back, whatever. That was my weekend, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Well, we'll. I had a conversation today with someone who may or may not be able to bring that back into our lives. So we'll talk about that later.
All right.
I can't wait. Had a very interesting week, but before we get into our interesting week, we got to do this. This is important. Our big number of the week is another great big number. It's 92 million. And this week's answer is sailing or subscribers. Sailing or subscribers. Our current race to 10 has Joann way out in front. Tom can barely see her from how far away she is. It's 7-3. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes today. Put your guesses in the comments, in the chats, in the wherever, go ahead and make your guess now. Sailing or subscribers for our big number of the week. Oh, and by the way, I did also put in the chat if it comes through. Oh, it didn't come through. Can I resend it? There's the link to the video that we played at the front of the show is in the chat. I think it didn't come through, but that's okay.
I just sent you my answer, by the way.
All right. Thank you, Tom. So yeah, you can go back at the beginning and watch that video. All right. So shout outs for this week. How about some we have another interesting week. I'll start with business in the front. How about that? And party in the back. You like my hat?
Yeah, a little weird. What is it? Is that your, oh geez.
It does some really cool, fun stuff.
Yeah, it's got the flat brim kind of.
I haven't really bent it in yet. It's still brand new, but it's got this really.
Yeah, but it's wide. Mine. Even if you flatten it out, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I like mine with a little curl to it.
I thought it was pretty cool.
It is kind of cool.
See if I can't distract people with my hat.
Yeah,
business
while you're taking their wallet out of their back pocket.
That's right. How did I get your watch? It's always a cool thing. Obviously, working with Keller Williams and Team Sold on Tony, and going on 10 years now of being involved in the real estate industry. It's always a really cool and very extra satisfying thing when I get to help a friend or a family friend, and that's one of the things that happened this week was able to spend some time with someone who needs to sell a house and really go over all the things that they need to do to prepare and how we can best, help them get that on the market and get the most money out of their house that they possibly can. So that was probably one of the highlights of this last week was working with a family friend to help them in their time of need. And it's really been, it's special now. It's going to be even more special, I think, the day when we close and we're able to see them get that nice big check at closing. That's going to be a wonderful, wonderful thing. Want to congratulate some Rockford investors who got a house under contract this week, which is no small task these days because the inventory is still so low. We had a big Keller Williams Realty Signature all-company meeting this week, and it was a recap of the convention that a lot of our agents went to in California down in Anaheim a couple of weeks ago. Part of the recap, we were talking about something that I put on an Instagram reel this week, talking about absorption rate. If I asked you to tell me what you think absorption rate is when it comes to real estate, would you even have a clue, Tom?
I could probably figure it out, but we don't have time for that. So just tell me.
It's
how many houses get bought up quickly or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you're on the track. It's basically what it boils down to is if all listings completely stopped today, if no house was ever listed again starting today, how long would it take to sell all the houses currently on the market?
Okay.
Basically, that's absorption rate. Okay.
And what are there about 300 in this area, 300 to 400?
Yeah, that's about it right now. So when the market crashed, 2007, 2008, the absorption rate in 2008 at one point was 10.7 months. Okay, that's quite a few houses. It would take a whole almost 11 months to sell all the houses that were currently on the market in the middle of 2008. The absorption rate last year for the year 2022 was 2.7.
Wow.
Now we like to call a balanced market 6 months absorption rate. So we're less than half that right now, as far as if you're kind of doing that kind of wonky math. But anyway, that's how low the inventory is. That's the situation we find ourselves in. And yet still we have, plenty of buyers. And now that interest rates are back to normal, it's a correcting market. And the way things tend to go when things get corrected, it's like a pendulum. Usually it goes, it swings, and it gets back to something normal, but it keeps on moving and it kind of goes wonky. So what's that mean for this market? Hard to say, but I do know 2 years ago, this very week, I was reminding people how historically low interest rates were. And in about 2 years, we don't expect that to be where it was at the time. It was really kind of funny to watch a video I made from 2 years ago this week talking about, hey, interest rates are probably going to be 5.5, 6.5 in 2 years. So you better buy now. So
you know what? I remember that. Because we refinanced a number of years ago and got a much better rate. And I thought, ooh, yeah, right now would be a good time to refinance again, but we don't need to. I just remember that because we have such a good rate.
You're already good.
And if you're talking 4 or 5%, 6%, that's double.
Yeah,
double what I have.
So the mantra right now basically is, when you got to buy a house, you marry the house, but you date the rate. You're going to break up with the rate later on. You're going to break up with it. You're going to refinance later when rates are better, but you're going to marry the house. You're going to be with it long term, right? So that's what how we like to describe this kind of market is you still want to buy a house because how else are you going to build equity for yourself? And it really turns into generational wealth in a lot of cases. So buy the house, marry the house, but date the rate. You can refinance later. Happy belated birthday. I don't remember if I shared it on last week's show. My mother-in-law celebrated her big 77th this last week, and we celebrated with her. And she says 77 is what she'll always call herself from now on, even when she turns 78 or 79, or when she hits 90, she's going to always be 77.
Well, if I could pick an age, I'm going to pick like 25.
Well, it's
in my prime.
It's her favorite number.
Jump shots.
She's there.
It's her favorite number. 7.
I
have a shout out when you're done too.
Gotcha. Special thanks to the Northwest Illinois Alliance of Realtors for hosting that big Keller Williams Realty Signature meeting this last week. A shout out to our Wednesday morning networking group that's I'm becoming a part of. We might talk about that later with John Berlin when we do in crowd later this month. Shout out to Nunzio's, that was date night this week for me and the wife. Steak Sinatra. How can you beat Steak Sinatra at Nunzio's? That is the bomb. I'm going to take this off. And then finally,
I've never had the Steak Sinatra.
It's the bomb. It's the
Go
bomb.
ahead, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I love it. Love it. And then finally, last thing, Starlight auditions. Rock Valley College Starlight Theater auditions kicked off last night. And my wife and I did our audition last night. Went fairly well. There's got a lot of more auditions to do today. And then next week on Friday and Saturday, they'll be doing more. And they'll have callbacks. And probably by a week from Monday, we'll know who's in the cast of all the great shows at Starlight Theater this season. The 2023 Starlight season includes Footloose, In the Heights, Oliver, and Cinderella. And then the children's show in August will be Stinky Cheese Man. If I'm cast as Stinky Cheese Man, you know I won't stop talking about that. Anyway, this is after last season's season worth waiting for. It'll be somewhat, I guess you could say, back to normal at Rock Valley College Starlight Theater. So very excited about that. We got a guest to bring in. So before that, what's your shout out, Tom?
Well, first of all, I don't know if my internet is catching up with you or not. It seems like I'm still having problems with it. I should have done this 2 weeks ago. I was in Walmart. I'm no fan of Walmart for a lot of reasons. I mean, I go there all the time. My bank is there. There was a guy there who epitomized what customer service is all about. His name is Scott, and he was working back near the electronics. He's probably an everything guy. I don't know. I asked him a question, and the first thing he said was, "How can I help you?" I said, "Excuse me." He goes, "How can I help you?" And tall guy, balding. So if anybody knows him, please give him a thumbs up. But he went out of I was looking for iron-on stuff, stuff we can iron, stuff. He went out of his way. He spent at least 3 minutes with me. He looked on his little phone thing. He did 3 different aisles, and then he thanked me, and he said, "Is that it? Can I help you with anything else?" And I know I said, "That is service." So Scott from Walmart, Northridge, needs to have a shout out, because when somebody does customer service and does it well, because there's so many of them, and it isn't just Walmart. I'm not just picking on Walmart. I'm picking on service, period. It's just bad. But this guy went out of his way, and for a while made me a believer again in Walmart. I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there. I don't have another forum to where I can do it. I could do it. I suppose. So,
well,
now
he took you to 3 places.
After
was new to him.
After we're all done, are we talking a little bit on here or what?
Yeah,
because I still had one other thing to ask you. Okay, all right, for a couple of minutes. That's cool.
We'll do that.
Good enough. Carry on.
We're going to bring in Harold. Harold is with the Red Cross of Northern Illinois. And good morning to you, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Awesome. I appreciate your time this morning. It looks like you're joining us from your home office today.
That is correct.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with Red Cross.
Well, before that, I want to thank you guys for inviting me here. One Big 5-1. Congratulations on your 3rd anniversary coming up, being online. I've learned so much from you guys so far. You guys got 92 million subscribers. Well, at 1. This has been a very informative show. I'm enjoying it. So, so I live, we just moved here to Belvedere. I've been with the Red Cross since 2017. Retired from the military in 2015 after 27 years of service. And then, like many veterans, kind of floated around for a year trying to figure out what to do next. And I heard the calling. I asked myself, what do I really enjoy doing? And that is helping people. So I ended up here in the Red Cross in Rockford, and I've been here ever since, and it's been a wonderful ride so far.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your service. What did you do in the military?
How long is this show? A number of things. So a number of things. I spent 17 years as enlisted. Well, I was enlisted. Most of my time I was in the Chemical Corps. Big shout out to the 135th Chem out of Machete Park.
Is that Army?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
So my first 4 years were in the Marine Corps. 88 to 92, I was in the Marine Corps. And then I got out to go to college, went to NIU. And then while at NIU, I joined the Army Guard. Yeah.
Nice.
And then my last 10 years, I did what we call crossed over to the dark side, became an officer. And so my last 10 years, I retired as senior human resources officer, and last gig I had, I was a company commander. So it was very enjoyable.
Okay. My dad served in the Army in Vietnam, and
Awesome.
some friends in the past, I always chuckle when one of our engineers that we used to work with back in the day, if I ever made the mistake of calling him sir, he'd get a little pissed because he's like, I am not an officer. You don't call me sir.
That's right. Yeah. Imagine, betraying myself. I actually betrayed myself. For 17 years, I preached the same thing. And then I put on the body bars. Yeah.
Well, the American Red Cross does a lot of great things, and one of the things you're doing this month is the Sound the Alarm. And if my screen will let me, I'm going to share the screen here. Is this going to let me share this? There it is. Sound the Alarm. Tell us a little bit about what Sound the Alarm is all about.
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, thank you for showing that video in the opening. That's a tearjerker, and whoever missed it, I encourage you to go back and see it. So, in the American Red Cross, we work in the disaster cycle services, right? Part of that, one of those cycles is preparedness. So these are actions, things that we can do prior to a disaster to prevent that disaster. This is one of them. Sound the Alarm is our signature event. Happens once a year around this time between May or March, April, May. And what it is we select a city within our region or our chapter area. We belong to the Northwest Illinois chapter, and that includes 10 counties. So this year we selected Morrison, Illinois. And on this day, it's a Saturday, we rally all volunteers. So we partner with organizations, faith-based organizations, NGOs, private organizations, whoever wants to put on the red shirt that day and do something good for community. We welcome everybody. And then we go out and partner with the fire department, in this case, the Morrison Fire Department. And we go out throughout the community installing free smoke alarms. And that is the event. Now, the why is basically what the videos show. Mm-hmm. This program has, since its inception in 2014, we have been able to prove that 1,583 lives have been saved because of those smoke alarms. So where do you get those smoke alarms, you might ask? Well, thanks to the generosity of our donors. So that's part of that. Those donations that people make online goes to this campaign, and that allows us the opportunity to go and install those free smoke alarms in hopes they need them. So in a nutshell, that is the why of the program. It's going to happen on March 25th in Morrison, Illinois. And thank you for showing that flyer. If you are in the Morrison area and you would like a free smoke alarm installation, please call that number right there. It's 815-963-8471, and you hit extension 7. I know that on the flyer it says the tiny URL. I don't know about you guys, but I would go crazy trying to type that on my phone. Tiny URL. So just call that number, hit extension 7, and you leave a voicemail. Speak slowly and say, hey, I live in Morrison. I need a smoke alarm. Here's my address. And someone will get back to you, and we'll put you on the schedule.
Looks like if you want to volunteer and help with the movement, you can scan the little QR code there on the right side and join the growing movement of volunteers to help with the event.
Yeah, that's correct. Like I said, come on out, put on the red shirt for a day. And by the way, if you're nice enough, we might let you keep it. But it's great to come together, and you see folks from, we've had folks from private companies. We've had the Masons have come out. Just a lot of wonderful organizations, and all united for a good cause. So it's a fun day. You get to rub elbows with people from, all around this wonderful area of ours, and do something good for society. That by the way, it's got good results. And if you ever wonder, then just go ahead and watch that video, and you'll see.
Very good, very good. Well, if your church group or other group wants to be involved, or just you as an individual, jump in. Go ahead, Tom.
So for anybody who isn't familiar with where Morrison is, where exactly you think? Is it?
Yeah, good question.
West of Rockford?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's about hour and a half west of Rockford. Yeah, about an hour, maybe an hour.
So if someone's in the Rockford metro area and needs a smoke alarm, are you guys doing anything in the Rockford metro right now?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So as I said, this is our signature event where we select one city and we converge on that. But this is not a one-time program. We do this all year round. So if somebody in Rockford listening, or in anywhere else for that matter, if they need a smoke alarm, you can also call that number, and we'll get a team out of volunteers to your house and install it.
Awesome. Well, get a hold of the American Red Cross. You can find them, the American Red Cross of Northwest Illinois, Northern Illinois,
Northwest Illinois. Mm-hmm.
And you can find them on Facebook. You can find them online. We've got a link to that video. So anything else that we didn't ask you about this morning, Harold, that you want to make sure we pass along?
Yeah. So just 2 short things. Number one, if you have that itch to do something good, a lot of people retire and say, you know what, I worked my butt off. Now I want to do something good to give back to society. What can I do? Well, you can volunteer, and there's a million ways in which you can volunteer within the Red Cross. We got folks that are retired teachers, retired engineers, retired machinists, UPS drivers, whatever. And there's like I said, a bunch of good people, and the only thing in common, it's not because they want to climb a corporate ladder or make a paycheck. No, the only thing that we have in common is that we want to do something good for those around us. So you can volunteer. If you want to do so, call that same number. There'll be an extension for you to volunteer. Number two, what else maybe you say, I would love to volunteer, but I don't have time or whatever. Well, you can also donate. And then any other information that anybody would like about the Red Cross, you can go to AmericanRedCross.org and find any and all information there. So thank you so much, guys, for having me. It's been a pleasure. Mm-hmm. And like I said, add me to your 92 million, and I'll subscribe to your show. Love the hat, by the way. Love the hat. Low figure.
I was thinking.
Hey, man, you got to start somewhere.
I don't even know what to say about that. That's awesome. Right. That's a long link. But anyway, redcross.org, and there you go. Everything that you need is right there. So, Harold, I appreciate you. You're a local hero, and thank you so much for being a part of our show today, and best of luck on your event on March 25th.
Roger. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
All right. Thank you, sir. Harold from the Red Cross joining us from Belvedere, and they're going to be in Morrison on March 25th. But if you're in the Rockford area and you just need an alarm, you need a smoke alarm. It's one of those things. Obviously, I come in contact with smoke alarms. We do two things when we buy a house. We do a home inspection most of the time, 90+% of the time you're doing a home inspection, and very rarely do you not. Part of that home inspection is to check and make sure that the smoke alarm's still working. And then we do a final walkthrough, usually the day before closing, which also says, hey, all right, are these smoke alarms still working? Do they need batteries, whatever? So that's the times when I come in contact with them. But then there's folks that haven't moved in forever and maybe haven't thought about their smoke alarms in forever. So test them, for goodness sakes, test them. And if you're pushing that button and there's making any noise, you need a new battery or you need a new smoke alarm. And if you can't afford one, get a hold of the Red Cross. They want to help you out. Tom's signal has gotten really bad. In fact, he just bowed out on us. So Joann's ready. Joann's signal's really wrong. Good morning, Joann.
Good morning. It's Sparky. It's Sparky here, though.
Okay. Well, then obviously I'm going to have to probably mute your microphone for a while.
Mute me, then I won't feel guilty. Just read my lips.
Let's see if Tom's back. There you go. Tom's back. Hey, buddy. Hey, your signal's really strong now, Tom. Oh, now it's a little weak. Okay. But you're back. Can you hear me? So I get a little gauge on my screen. Can you hear me all right? Good. My gauge keeps going back between like 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. So, all right, we definitely got to find you a better connection. We'll work on that after the show today. So, stand by.
Yeah, I do not understand.
All right, it's SMS info time. We're gonna just stand by here for Joann, Tom, and I'm going to go through our SMS info here for this week. Brought to you unofficially by our friends at Altruize. That's right. The app that enables volunteers to track and verify and maintain their very own community service data for a lifetime. Check it out. It's in your app store, Altruize. Tell a better story. Live a better life. And if you take Shaquille O'Neal and you add 4 inches in height, that's how tall Victor Wembanyama stands on a basketball court. He's a 19-year-old French phenom, 7 feet 5 inches tall when he's wearing his basketball shoes. Wingspan is 8 feet, according to a new ESPN report. Size, skill, the most highly anticipated basketball prospect since LeBron James. He'll be selected number 1 overall in this summer's NBA draft, pretty much guaranteed, and he'll become the tallest player selected in the lottery of the draft since Yao Ming. Yao had him by an inch. Yao Ming was 7 feet 6 inches tall. This guy's 7'5". Going to be pretty exciting to see this guy on a basketball court. It's really not news at exercise can help you live longer, but there's a new study of about 92,000 people in the UK suggesting if longevity is your goal, you might want to do your workouts after lunch. The study found people who work out between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. were less likely to die prematurely than people who did the rise and grind thing early in the morning. The upside of afternoon exercise, the most pronounced for the elderly, men, and people who are generally less active, and people with cardiovascular conditions. So, hey, how about that? Working out. You don't have to get up early to work out. You just need to do it. And it looks like afternoon, between 11 and 5, might be your best bet. Bunch of randoms for you today. Before we get into the randoms, Paleo Fest. Let me see if my screen will let me share over there. Paleo Fest. There it is. Paleo Fest is happening this weekend at the Burpee Museum of Natural History. 25 years of Paleo Fest, research talks from paleontologists around the world, special activities and programming. That is happening today and tomorrow. There are lectures, but you don't have to go to the lectures. Families can enjoy hands-on workshops. There's things for kids. Bring your best dino roar and paleo costume and jump into so many different ways to win contests. Breakfast and lunch available for purchase, courtesy of Mary's Market. But Paleo Fest is today and tomorrow at the Burpee Museum of Natural History, 737 North Main Street in Rockford. There goes Tom's signal again. He's on and off, and he's great, and he's not great. This week, let's see. All right, Joann's found herself in a new place. You're hiding somewhere, Joann.
I'm in the warehouse.
She escaped the dog barking to the warehouse.
I can still hear it. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, it's in the
quieter.
It's in the background. All right. All right, hold on. All right, I like to get you guys' responses from our randoms, so I wanted to make sure you were in on this. There we go. So a Nielsen survey of streaming service customers found that the average user, the adult between 18 and 49 years of age, spends an average of 12 and a half minutes doing what?
Searching.
That was an easy one. Searching to make a selection of what they want to watch. For a little while, Netflix did that choose something for me button when you logged in. They got
I never tried that.
I did a couple times, and even that didn't help solve my search problems. I could see why they got rid of it, but at the same time, I was like, why? Why don't you just keep it and keep working? I don't know. Anyway, we take a lot of time selecting what we want to watch. It was this week in 1983, Tom, that CD players and discs were released in the U.S. It's the 40th birthday of the compact disc. We know vinyl's making a comeback. Will compact discs make a comeback? I don't think so. I don't think so. One of the world's longest COVID mask mandates finally coming to an end after 945 days. Hong Kong has scrapped its requirement that people wear masks in public spaces. They were fining people over $1,200.
Wow.
Up until about this week. So in the last 2 decades, speaking of the area around China, China's ski industry has gone from 100 resorts in China to over 800 they're skiing all over China. Of course, it's a big, big country, but I had no idea skiing was so popular in Asia and China. Over 800 resorts now. Novak Djokovic, he broke a record for the longest time spent as a number 1 player in tennis. He has passed Steffi Graf's record of 378 consecutive weeks as the top dog in tennis. There was a story this week about a pilot on an EasyJet flight from Iceland to England that made a 360-degree turn over the North Sea, all just to let his passengers on both sides of the plane see an amazing display of the Northern Lights.
Oh.
Apparently, they were really, really, really distinct this last week, and this guy was like, "You know what, folks? We're ahead of schedule. I'm going to take you for a little ride. I want both sides of the plane to see the Northern Lights, so sit tight in your seats. Here we go." We did a 360, and they all got a good glance of the amazing display of the Northern Lights. Here's an animal related thing for you, Joann. A German circus no longer using real animals. Instead, they're using 3D holograms with the use of 11 laser projectors operated by one person. They have now holograms of animals instead of real animals. It's in a fascinating and scary world that we live in right now. Right? LinkedIn is reporting that the LinkedIn website has over 8 million posts and comments every single day now. LinkedIn has become a really very active platform. And whether or not you're looking for a job, it used to be LinkedIn was kind of like the resume website. You're looking for work. It's not that anymore. It's a lot of entrepreneurial stuff, business stuff, encouragement stuff. LinkedIn is not quite, but almost like Facebook was about 5 years ago. So if you're not there, be there. It's a good place to be. U.S. adults are getting about 12% of their calories daily from fast food. That's probably not such a great thing, but at least it's not more than 12%. Here's some calories for you. A guy in Telford, England, decided to break into an industrial park, all to steal over 200,000 Cadbury eggs and some other chocolates. Estimated worth $38,000. I like a good Cadbury cream egg once in a while, but I wouldn't be eating 200,000 of them. No. It looks like you. What do you got? Dog food or is it cat food over your shoulder, Joann?
I said I was in the warehouse. Yeah, it's cat food.
From this angle, just so you're aware, from this angle, the food stuff's right there at your eye level. Looks like it could possibly be one of those like Star Crunch bars from Little Debbie.
Oh, yeah, I'm leaning against the. I don't know. I couldn't figure out where else to go.
All right, you're fine.
Here I am.
Two more things. Ford has applied to patent a system that would enable its vehicles to repossess themselves by driving automatically to an easy tow area or a repo agency or a junkyard. What could possibly go wrong? That's one of the scariest things ever.
All of a sudden, your car is gone.
Right?
You would call the police and then find out that you didn't pay your bills.
I know I shouldn't be so paranoid, but I am. That's why I'm really not fond of this whole electric, EV car movement. If it's all electric, someone with technology could randomly shut it off or lock it, lock you in, lock you out, take over and drive you over a cliff. I mean, I don't want that kind of control in someone else's hands. I want the vehicle to be in my control. Last thing, just a reminder that tomorrow, Sunday, March 5th, the Latina Leaders of the Year are being celebrated at the Lockwood Room at the Ethnic Heritage Museum. The Heritage Museum Park will be honoring 2 deserving women for Latina Leaders of the Year. That's tomorrow between 1 and 4. There's a reception and presentation. Sully Cadeno and Liz Hernandez are being celebrated. Presentations begin at 2. Sully's the founding president of the Rockford Regional Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and also the president and CEO of New Era Interpreting Solutions. Liz, she's founder of Mosaico Cultural, a dance group that teaches children traditional Mexican folk dances, building an appreciation for Mexican heritage and culture. I've seen her group perform numerous times at places, and they are beautiful and wonderful. Congratulations to Sully and Liz on those recognitions. That's tomorrow at the Ethnic Heritage Museum. All right, Joann, do we want to jump into the foray of all things?
Yeah, I could try.
we
See if it's a little quieter.
can jump in and see what's going on there and take a little tour. The way things are going, we're going to end this show early today. I don't know. It's only 8:38.
For a long time, huh?
I
forgot what I was facing. I think I have to face back.
Find that flip camera. There you go. Now we can see.
This is the warehouse. It's more quiet than the dogs barking.
All right, let's go full screen to Joann so we can all see what's going on. And there we go.
One of the community rooms, but no one seems to be out.
No socializing going on.
No. I think, last week we went in here and looked at kittens, but the kittens don't seem to be here today. I was going to walk over and see the barking puppies. Ooh. A little bit. Some of the barking dogs. This looks like a corgi.
They are ready to play.
I have slippery underarms. Excuse me. I had to take a break. It's a beautiful dog. Look at her eyes.
Oh.
Wait, what kind of puppy are they? You don't know. Little bitty puppy. These are some of our fosters. Wave to the camera.
Thank you, foster families are awesome.
Do you have any comments? Oh, it is. Now this is a regal cat. Well, this is just the beginning of March. Oh, one dog got adopted already. I mean,
I'm gonna adopt Tucker. There we go. Oh, it went back.
Did I get it? No,
it's backwards. It's back. There you go.
One dog, Tucker, and then 5, 3, 4, 5, 6 cats. And then this was February, 13 dogs and 25 cats. So we're just starting the month.
Only day 4 of March.
I love this cat. What is her name? Macchiato. That sounds like a drink, coffee drink. And there's only, I think we looked here where there's only, Cordelia is way in the back.
Way back there. Is there one in the tube? No, that's not the other place. Okay. Oh.
We're kind of overtaken by the barking dogs and the smelly dog.
All right, Tom's connection is back to 10 out of 10. We got a strong Tom connection. Yay!
Yeah, I'm on my phone now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I've got to figure out a way to set it up here. All right, there we are.
We don't
Here
have
we are. Maybe this will work. God, I'm really tired of technology.
You got a lot of toys there, Joann.
What? Oh.
Are those all like donated toys?
Yeah, they pretty much. We try to have people take some when they I just sit down in my office.
Problem is this thing. Let's stay like that.
phone random show today, folks.
Did you mention? I know I said it before
All
about
right. Can you hear me, Greg?
the
All
sock
right.
monkey.
I'm only getting just me on the screen, though. I don't know if that's. I don't know how that's supposed to work.
Okay. So you're not here. You got your headphones on because you're using your phone. You better take off your headphones so you can listen to Joann. Or is your headphones plugged into the phone?
Plug into the phone.
Okay. But you didn't hear Joann?
Nope, can't hear her.
Oh, man. That's not right. All right. So, Joann, you were saying something. Go ahead.
Oh, I just remind her about Sock Monkey Mania next Saturday.
Yes. Sock Monkey Mania.
I know I'm crazy about the sock monkey craziness, but it's fun to go to. Rockford's known for, because I forget the name that the sock monkeys are made from. The milling company that was in Rockford. I don't know if they're still all made in Rockford or not. But they're originally, the socks were originally made in Rockford.
Well, I am trying to scroll forward here real quick to see if I can find the info on that, because I thought it was already on here, but now I'm not seeing it on GoRockford.com.
I didn't hear you mention it, so.
Yeah. I don't see it on the GoRockford.com site. I might have skipped over because I tried to do a whole bunch of stuff at once. But anyway, all right. So there's that. Check out GoRockford.com. I'm sure they'll have information on it when we get a little bit closer. I think it's the weekend of the 24th.
Saturday.
Oh, it's next Saturday?
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, let's see. SOCK.
9 to 3, I think, at the Midway Museum.
Sock Monkey Madness, is that what they called it?
Sock Monkey Madness, yes. Mania, maybe?
Sock Monkey Madness Festival. Where is?
And if you have time, you can sew your own sock monkey. Or take a kit home.
Right. This is an old one. I've got the old information for like last year's stuff, but where's the new stuff? I don't know where it is. Anyway, Midway Village Museum, that's the place to be. Next weekend, Sock Monkey Madness Festival.
And they said they have carnival rides, some history, and like I said, so you can sew your own or take a kit home with you.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Here's what we want to see right here. Share screen right there. Let's see. Boom. This was yesterday's post. We're 8 days away. So today we're 7 days away from Sock Monkey Madness Day. Big thanks to Surf Pro of Rock for jumping on board as a sponsor. Everybody loves them a sock monkey.
1 day, so be there.
All right. Facebook events. Saturday, March 11th, 9 a.m. That all kicks off. So
right after you listen to our program, run over to the Midway Village and spend some time with the sock monkeys.
Boom.
And if you have a hurting monkey, a monkey that has an injury, there's also going to be a hospital.
We're going to fix up your sock monkey.
So if you can't stitch, they'll stitch it up for you.
Nice. All right.
Is it Red Mill? Is that the company?
I don't remember the name of the company. They'll have all that information at the museum.
Yes. That's a cop-up.
All right. Let's do this. Let's get into our. Did you have any final shout outs this week, Joann?
Nope.
Before we
didn't I talk enough about the sock monkeys?
I think you did a wonderful service to everybody, reminding people about the sock monkeys. I don't know how I missed it. I should have had it on there. Which does remind me, however, while we've on the subject of next Saturday, we are thrilled to be having Nikki Reed on from Rock House Kids. Nikki's going to talk about all things Rock House Kids in Rockford. They always have a lot of great events coming up, and they do such a wonderful service here for the kids of Rockford. And we'll talk to Nikki all about that next week. All right, our big number of the week this week is a nice big number. It is 92 million. 92 million. And the answer this week is sailing or subscribers. And Tom's given me his guess already, Joann. So
I know, because he's afraid I cheat.
Yeah, we don't want you cheating anymore. You got a huge lead, 7-3. So you must be cheating, just like he did last year. To get way up by like 8-3.
Last year.
I know.
I think it was last month. I'm gonna go. Are you gonna count me down?
3, 2, 1, go.
Sailing.
All right. Let's see here. We are talking about MSC Cruises, which I don't think I've ever heard of before. MSC Cruises. They've introduced a 116-night cruise that will visit 50 destinations across 21 countries. It's an around-the-world voyage that will set sail in 2025. Cost per traveler. Got an idea of what that might be, Joann?
No.
Come on,
$2 million.
I
don't think it's a big number, though.
You're going to be on a cruise for almost 4 months, 116 nights.
Wow.
They've got a 4D theater in case you get bored of watching sunburnt people do cannonballs in the pool. All kinds of different cool things on this cruise. The total cost per person, $13,200. Little more than that. $13,000. Now, depending on the room you choose, obviously, you get better. You get a better room.
You said it's 4 months.
It's 116 nights. I think this is a good deal.
But my problem is how many people that would be mostly retired people
who can take off for the rest of their life.
4 months, yes, that's a long time to be on a cruise.
It is. I'm a little bit intrigued. I don't know if I'd want to be on a boat that long, but
have you been on a cruise before?
I've been on a cruise before. The cruise I was on was.
Think how much weight you would gain in 4 months of eating cruise food.
Eating all the stuff you want.
You probably have to go to a lake farm after that.
There's places to exercise on the cruise. There's usually walking tracks.
Well, walking to the dining room.
Keep moving. Your scores are going to stay the same because nobody gets a point this week. Sailing.
Tom took sailing too.
Tom took sailing too. The WWE is you're a big fan, right? World Wrestling Entertainment.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you got a favorite wrestler? Is someone that you really
Hogan? I don't know.
The Undertaker, all those. I don't know who the new guys are. The YouTube channel for the WWE has about 92 million subscribers.
Wow.
Now, that is a lot. Here's to put it in perspective. That's more subscribers than the YouTube channel for the NFL, the NBA, and Major League Baseball combined. That's a lot of subscribers. Crazy. There's 20 million followers of the WWE on TikTok. And our answer this week was subscribers. Harold was nice to say that he thought we have 92 million subscribers to our show. We don't. We wouldn't mind it, though. So if you have yet to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, if you only watch us on Facebook, if you only watch us on LinkedIn, whatever, please go to our YouTube channel, Saturday Morning Stateline Show, and please subscribe. You're not going to get hit with a bunch of notifications from us because we just do the show once a week. And on a rare occasion, I'll do a post on YouTube that you might get a notification for. But all you're going to get is notification really is one show.
How many subscribers do we have now?
It's less than 92 million.
92 million?
It's
wow. I'm
It's less than 92 million. We got a long ways to go to catch up to WWE. And maybe if I did a wrestling move, maybe that would help bring people in. I don't know.
If I wrestle with a dog every week?
You kind of do. So I don't know what else you could possibly do. If I wear my cool hat every week, maybe that'll bring more people in.
We'll try. If Tom would stay online.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Tom. I'm going to talk to Tom after the show and find out what's going on with his connection, because we gotta get that fixed for him.
And I'd say about the barking dogs and being in the warehouse.
Well, it's fun.
I guess it's more of a storeroom.
Yeah, no, it's fun to know that on Dog Day, you've got a couple of active dogs that are obviously
places. Yeah,
they're getting to their new foster home today. They'll probably be ready to adopt shortly.
I'm trying to think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dogs in today.
8?
So, yes, I think that was right. I know I didn't show them very quickly, but there were 5 little puppies, like the one with the foster. There were 3 in cages, and then the one brown dog.
Gotcha. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I think that's going to wrap things up for us this week. I think we covered everything. By the way, it's episode 151.
And I had not that I want to call out, but I had a Facebook memory post that was from 10 years ago. So I've been doing the radio call-in for at least 10 years.
Wow. Awesome.
So my Saturday mornings first it was with Todd and Shannon.
Yep.
And then I didn't know when Greg started, but so I am on my 10th year anniversary.
We started, I think, October of 2013. So our 10-year anniversary is coming up. And
so I've been with the radio longer than 10 years then.
We're about 3 months away from celebrating our 500th episode.
So come on, subscribers. Do we start getting money when we get a lot of subscribers?
I think you have to cross. I think you have to cross a threshold of like 1,000 subscribers or 5,000 subscribers before
I don't think we're close to that yet.
So yeah, we're not quite close to that yet. So if you want to help support the show, that would be wonderful. We're one of Rockford's not-for-profits. We're not making any money yet.
And Greg is great of supporting so many not-for-profits.
That's our goal right here.
Just cool. Things happening in Rockford. So if you're in and around Rockford, watch us.
And for those who are joining us for Rockford Link Lunch this Friday, we'll see you at Machine Shed. That's from 11:30 to 1. Alex Gary from Midway Village Museum is going to be presenting, so it should be a good time and very informational and always delicious. If you order a lunch, you can order your own lunch. But
their potato soup is wonderful.
I know, right? I usually get the chicken pot pie.
That's good too.
All right, friends. Remember, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone today. We'll try to do the same. Meet you back here next week for another Saturday morning Stateline show. Thank you, Joann. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.